The pandemic has been incredibly tough on families who live in other countries, with visiting not really an option, especially for a pro soccer player.
Bill Tuiloma is some 7,100 miles away from home in New Zealand, where the COVID-19 pandemic is much more under control. Fox 12's Nick Krupke sat down with him to see how he's dealing with his transition to living in America and to being away from home for such a long time.
Go Valeri to serve. It's a good ball, and it's a goal! It's Bill Tuiloma!
Coming to America it's like, what, 15 times more than New Zealand.
Population is just a number. Bill Tuiloma was the first New Zealander to ever play in France's top league as the center back. Of Samoan descent, spent 5 seasons in League One with Olympique de Marseille.
It helped me a lot, playing with some of the top players in the French league. From a country that's, it's a rugby city. Moving to France and getting all the help I can and taking that all in and having that outside of the New Zealand experience.
The free kick is a great one. That's a beauty in its own right.
Bill's next excellent adventure landed the 26-year-old defender from the east coast of New Zealand's South Island to arrive in Portland now 4 summers ago.
Just very grateful and very blessed to be able to experience what I have in France and experience it with the players that's won World Cups and playing in the top leagues.
Who believed in you back at home when you were a young kid wanting to be a professional football player?
When my parents saw that I could, kick it wasn't even a soccer ball, it was like a little plastic bouncy ball. And when they saw that, my parents started to put me into clubs from a young age, from 4 years old. And from there on, I just kept playing. Once I got to around probably 14, that's when I really wanted to be like, oh, okay, I want to do this for my job, And my father kept pushing me, and we'll go out to the fields after school. Forget about homework. We'll just go to the fields and just keep practicing. Even on a Sunday, we'll go on the field after church. We'll go to the field and keep practicing. So it was big ups to my parents who sacrificed a lot for me to get to where I am right now. And it was all them and the support of my my whole entire family back home.
Home is a place Bill hasn't been since Christmas of 2019. A pandemic makes the heart grow fonder during COVID times, which are better times for the Kiwis.
COVID's back in New Zealand's been, they've pretty much controlled it very well. As soon as they hear someone's got COVID, they'll shut it straight down until that's taken care of, and then they'll reopen again. So, they're living their life, they're walking freely outside and, hanging out with family and friends, which is, good for them.
Bill was a kid who hung out and excelled in all sports.
When I was a kid, I just loved playing sports, basketball, volleyball, even cricket, and back in New Zealand, rugby. So I was playing, obviously soccer caught my eye and just carried on with that. But yeah, volleyball is probably one of my favorite hobbies to play. Every time I go home to New Zealand, we're always playing volleyball in the afternoons and having fun with the family.
With Bill Tuiloma on Zoom, Nick Krupke, Fox 12 Oregon.